better daily, where we work hard in our minds, bodies, and our spirits to become 1% better every single day. Download the app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.live to catch the video version of these podcasts. Here's your host and my dad, Alex Van Houten.
What's up, guys? This is Alex Van Houten in Better Daily Live. Happy Monday. It is Mindset Monday, and on Mindset Monday, we get started off on the right foot for the week. I hope that you had a fantastic weekend, and today our mindset is haters gonna hate. In Luke 6, in the Beatitudes, Jesus says, "Woe to you when all people speak well of you." It's a very, very interesting thought, and I wanted to unpack that today in Mindset Monday. So, in the Beatitudes, Jesus tends to turn the entire world on its head. He says, "Woe to you who laugh, for you shall mourn and weep." He says, "Woe to you." It's a very, very, very interesting passage, because there are all of these different places where Jesus is saying, look, you think this is a good place to be, but it's not. And I want to unpack this idea of ruffling a few feathers, what it means to live out in a positive and powerful way your betterment journey, doing the things that you know you should be doing and stopping the things you know you should stop doing, and what it means when other people aren't really on board with that in your life. So, as an aside, but also related, imagine about 2 weeks ago, we started going through personality words on Word Thursday. So agreeableness or extroversion, right? And one of the foundational pieces of that was that, look, whether you're an extrovert and introvert, whether you're agreeable or disagreeable, God made you the way you are on purpose. He made your personality the way you are on purpose. He made some of those immutable biological traits in you on purpose. So, like, dispositionally speaking, just as an example, this is mediated by biology. There are some people who are more disgust sensitive in this group than others. That's a biological thing. And the way you can test that is take a cup, like a clear, sterilized plastic cup, and spit in it. And now drink it. Put it back in there. Can you do it? If you're really disgust sensitive, that's a biologically mediated trait. If you're really disgust sensitive, you won't be able to do it. Even though the cup is sterilized, even though that just came out of your face, so you're not actually adding any germs to yourself. It's your saliva in your face. You can't do it. Why? Well, you're really disgust sensitive. Something in you says, no, keep all foreign objects out. We need to keep this body pure and pathogen clear, right? There are some of you who are like, it's no big deal. And we're the ones all cracker on the ground and go, oh, more protein. No big deal. Or, well, there are a lot of other examples like that. But the point is, that's a biologically mediated trait. And God made us that way for a reason, that there are some of us who can eat a chip off the ground, and there are some of us who won't even entertain the idea of reintroducing our own saliva back into our face. And here's the thing. If I live out my less disgust-sensitive self, sometimes my wife is going to be grossed out. She's going to be like, what? Ew, you just ate that? Ugh. And that's kind of the rub, right? When you live out what it is you were made to live out, even if you do it really well, even if you do it in a way that's blameless, you're not doing anything wrong. You're just you. You're just being you. You're still going to ruffle some feathers sometimes. In fact, you probably should ruffle some feathers sometimes. Jesus says, woe to you when all people speak well of you. That is what they did with the false prophets. And he's saying, look, if you live out, or at least I believe, one of the things he's saying is, if you live out your God-given calling on this earth, if you walk in the difficult way, if you walk the narrow way, you do what it is that the Spirit inside of you is telling you is right. Do that. You're aligned well. Not everybody's going to be happy about what you do all the time. Not everybody's going to be happy about what you say all the time. I see this in health and fitness journeys constantly. When somebody's like, I need to lose 50 pounds. I need to undo an entire lifetime of bad habits. I need to start exercising. I need to start eating well. I need to get enough rest, right? And so they start making changes. Maybe they start going to bed a little bit earlier so they can wake up earlier and work out. And sometimes family members are really on board with that. And sometimes family members make a fuss. What are you doing? Are you one of those crazy exercise people? Wow, you've lost so much weight. You're getting too skinny. You need to eat a cheeseburger, right? Like, all this weird stuff. In fact, it is one of the most frustrating truths of a health and fitness journey, that sometimes the people who are closest to us are our biggest discouragers. And that's frustrating and terrible in its own right. But, like I said, haters gonna hate, man. When you are on your betterment journey, not everybody's gonna be happy about it. Not everybody's going to have something positive to say about it. Not everybody's going to be on board with that. In fact, they might even actively discourage you. But I want you to remember a very, very little known verse in the New Testament where Jesus says, look, if everybody's speaking well of you, if everybody's on board with what you're doing, if everybody's high-fiving you and happy with you all the time, watch out. You're probably doing something wrong. Because even Jesus, he's walking around healing blind people and making the lame to walk and raising people from the dead, and preaching what we in the Christian community understand to be the Word of God. And he still had plenty of haters gossiping behind his back, even trying to kill him. Haters gonna hate. That's your mindset today. Haters gonna hate. And if you got people who aren't on board with what you're doing in your betterment journey, if you got people who are actively discouraging you from what you know is the right thing to do, what you know is the thing you need to be doing right now, or what you need to stop doing in order to be better. We say this thing a lot around here. What do you know you need to be doing that you're not doing right now? What do you need to start? We have a Faithful 40 challenge coming up in the next month, and that's something we ask. What do you need to start that you're not doing right now? Get that started. Some people are not going to be happy about that. They're not going to be happy that you have taken on a nutrition change or an exercise change. Some people aren't going to be happy that you've taken on a spiritual change. Oh well, haters going to hate. And similarly, the other question, what are you doing right now that you need to stop doing? Some people aren't going to like that. Some people are not going to be happy that you've looked at something and said, no, not for me. No judgment on anyone else, but not for me. This doesn't need to be a part of my journey. Some people are not going to like that. Haters going to hate, man. Haters going to hate. I don't know if Jesus would have said it that way, but woe to you when all people speak well of you. And the corollary might be true. If you're walking in the way that you know God's called you to walk, and you're doing the right thing, or at least you're doing your best to, don't get discouraged. In fact, be a little encouraged when other people around you are like, are you crazy? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with that guy? Is he nuts? I'll give you an example, and then I'll call it a day on this mindset, because I don't want to belay this too much, but I really think somebody needs to hear this. I know this is something I've been thinking about. So this past weekend, we serve in our church with kiddos, and the 5-year-olds, I work with the 5-year-olds pretty frequently. Those boys are pretty rowdy, and every male presence in their world, reading a Bible story or something like that helps them to focus. They tend to walk all over our female volunteers. But so I'll go in and so we'll talk and we'll hang out and we'll have a good discussion, and it's a really good time. We actually talked about Matthew, the tax collector, and how Jesus becoming his friend actually changed the way Matthew did things. It was cute. The kids were like, who does Jesus want to be friends with? And they're like, everybody. And I'm like, does he want to be friends with me? They're like, yeah. Does he want to be friends with you? Yeah. What about a guy who steals people's money? No. I'm like, actually. So it was pretty cute. I hope it stuck with them. Anyway, we do worship songs, and so I'm dancing with them. Like, fun dancing. Hands in the air, jump around. Do you guys know this move? No, so they like the wave. and one of the security guards kind of walked by and he looks at me and he just shakes his head like, what a weirdo. Cause I'm dancing around with this room full of kids. I got a couple of the other workers dancing around with me. And I mean, it's silly. I'm in my mid-30s, dancing around to silly, cutesy kids songs, right? Is there anything wrong with that? I don't think so. I think it's important to show kids how to have a good time and to enjoy jumping around and having fun and not to worry too much about what everybody thinks about you. And that looks weird. Oh well, it's good. Haters are gonna hate. Don't let that stop you from doing the right thing. Guys, this has been Alex Van Houten on Mindset Monday in Better Daily Live. I hope that this encourages you, and tomorrow we're going to pick up Nutrition Tip Tuesday, where we're going to go through something nutrition related that's going to help you on your 1% better journey. Until then, it's just 1%. You got this.
Thank you for joining us for your 1% Better today. Don't forget to subscribe for the podcast. Leave us a raving review to tell others how Better Daily has helped you in your journey. If you want more Better Daily, download our app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.live. Use code POD to get 25% off your subscription. That's POD, all caps, to save 25% on your subscription. We all have a cross to carry. It's lighter when we do it together. Go to betterdaily.live today.